It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't getting too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the safety green. Hey, alert 33.
On second down, McFarland. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Regular. We're talking about it. And bring it. Check 3.
They go with Chubb on second down, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They run with Spiller. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Second and 5 now. Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here we go, D. Get up.
From the 36, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. 4.
This is Spiller. And some room to maneuver. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Good set. 19. Alert. Game situation. Let's go.
Now Spiller. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Spiller. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Don't get nervous. He's checking. Crash. Watch out. Shit. Switch. Alert. Wide. Get wide. Kill. To the car. Watch twist. Switch it. 29. 24.
Now they try the right side here. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. And Lambo will put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Browns drive about to get started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Go. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Switch. Show it up. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
They'll try the left side. McFarland takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He finds Beckham complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Allen. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On 3rd down, McFarland, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. we're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Watson on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
On 2nd and 9, Watson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Exit. Check.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his target, Beckham. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And again, it's Mayfield. Campbell making the catch. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver?
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Paris Campbell, 31 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Here's Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again on the ground, again it's Spiller. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 11 now, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Safety's creeping. Hey, 59! 53's the mic. 53. Check. Alert! Bring it. Bring it. Hey, no timeout.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, 24.
Back to throw, Watson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
A 12-yard pickup.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53. 24. He can't handle.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back, not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Check 59.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Watson, that one complete. He finds Sharp. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
54. Time to go, night. Check 99. Check 99. Alert flow, alert flow, alert flow. 55. 50.
Again, they run it with Spiller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Check 53. Watch twist.
Off of play action, it's Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Check 4. You go tight. You got tight right there. Check.
They'll run for it with Spiller. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Lamar Miller, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Watch the twist. Check.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I'm going to run you over. Check 26. Alert. He's coming. We got double up, double up.
King! Hurry!
Motion.
On second down now, McFarland, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
36.
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Jaguars' 48-yard line.
Yeah. You don't want none.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Miles Jack just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Mayfield and his Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Check 13. Hey, alert. Check 9. Shit. Pistol.
3rd and long for Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Regular. Point it right.
They'll run with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
He's coming, double up. Check it back.
They'll try the left side. McFarland try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
All day, every day, any day. Let's go. Hey, we got
Pistol.
53, Mike 53.
I don't even know why this team showed. Like that.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
53, check 53. Dude, check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
Real.
He's scared. Check 37. Check 37.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Now a handoff looking right. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
He was brought down by a gain of a yard.
Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.